Welcome to the Decatur House. Built in 1818 for Stephen Decatur and his wife. Decatur, a naval hero of the Barbary Wars, the War of 1812, and winner of the Congressional Gold Medal. This is one of the oldest standing buildings in Washington, D.C. today. However, it is used as a museum to African American history, covering up some of the grim and haunting details of its past. Now, if you're experiencing any butterflies in your stomach or a little bit of pain, or you may leave here and feel nauseous and vomiting and have sharp pains to the stomach, that is not unheard of. Tourists in the past who have visited this house or been within its vicinity have complained of such. Someone has thrown up right there on the street from the nausea. In fact, I remember one tourist gasping over in pain, holding their stomach. And then, out of nowhere, a shriek, scaring the other guests as well. Now, you may wonder what's causing this pain. People have left and gone to the doctors. Is it a virus, the coronavirus, food poisoning? What is wrong with their stomach? And doctors have left them with no answers, sending them home, telling them they have a perfectly healthy abdomen. So, what is the cause of this unexplainable pain? Well, it's the paranormal result of ghostly influence of Stephen Decatur. You see, Stephen Decatur was killed in a duel with Commodore James Barron, shot in the stomach, where he lived for 2 days in agonizing pain and misery. Now, why would two naval officers exchange a duel with each other? This goes back to 1807. When Commodore Barron was in charge of the USS Chesapeake, he was attacked by the HMS Leopard of Britain. And in this attack, he gave up rather easily, offering no defense, no resistance. The British were looking for naval defectors. And in capturing the Chesapeake, they hung one man and brutally tortured 3 others. Now, Mr. James Barron went before the naval court, where he was tried for acts of cowardice and in an event that was viewed as humiliating for the young United States of America. And one of the men on this jury was none other than Stephen Decatur himself. The jury decided that Barron was guilty, that he put an embarrassing mark on the United States Navy, and they suspended him from his duties for 5 years. James Barron, filled with bitterness and anger, hunted down Stephen Decatur. And in 1820, when he found him, he challenged him to a duel. And Decatur, knowing he was in the right, still went out to fight this duel, where he was shot in the stomach and immediately taken back to this house right here. For 2 days, they attempted to sew up his wound 3 different times, and it continued to bleed. They used all the sheets in the house to try and staunch this wound, which would not close. Ultimately, in the end, lying in bed 2 days after being shot, Mr. Decatur cried out, "I didn't know that any man could suffer such pain." He gasped and died, giving up and avoiding the continued eternity of misery. Now, Mr. Decatur's wife took it so poorly that she had to be sedated, and she was never the same after, thought to be crazy herself in this house. Now, many years later, people have claimed that up in that window, Mr. Decatur himself has been shown watching the streets, his ghost, his apparition there, just staring. It's happened so many times that they boarded up the window, but even that did not stop the sightings, as he is thought to have left his back door many mornings, guns at his side. It's thought to be seeking Mr. Barron, his revenge against him, his revenge for his untimely death. And Mr. Decatur, even today, we don't know if he's ever found any such peace, but one thing we do know is he no longer suffers from that stomach pain. And maybe it's because it's you who bear the burden.